What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. It has been such a long week. I have nothing left to give.
It was a really long week.
I have
maybe one of our busiest weeks in a while, I would say.
months.
Yeah.
Actually months.
No,
I just feel like as soon as fall, I know technically not fall, Noah, but as soon as I feel like September started, it was just a different mode.
Last week and this week has been extremely busy.
Yeah.
Last night was the Barstool Upfronts. It was awesome. Very, very
Great
cool
night.
experience. A great night. I have nothing left to give today. I don't
Fair.
at all.
Fair.
So I want everyone
So
to know.
get excited for the rest of the
If
podcast.
my
So
energy.
gear up for a good one.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm not funny, you guys were warned. I don't know if I'm going to be funny or not. I don't
Come
know.
on.
I don't
Well,
know.
we'll just have to
Well, the
wait.
interview was really good.
We'll just have to
The
wait
interview
and
was
see.
great. The interview was really great.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see. I cannot predict if I'm going to be good on this podcast. I can't. I have nothing.
We have,
I
by the
feel
way, the
like a
interview was
pool
Brooks
that's
Nader.
been drained
Wow.
at the end of September.
That's dark.
Pools get drained before then.
You're a drained pool.
I'm a drained pool right
You
now.
got to be refilled.
I got nothing to give.
Yeah.
Besides saying how little I have to give to
man.
everybody. I'm so tired.
I'm sure everyone is loving this energy.
I'm sorry. No, I feel like I'm still giving pretty good energy.
Yeah.
Just
You
about
just
nothing.
have nothing to say.
No. I don't.
Oh, well, I have a lot of things to say.
Okay.
One of them that what we're talking about, our interview is with Brooks Nader, she, Sports Illustrated model. Great interview. She's so funny. Great energy. We're ignoring the deep yawn that's coming out of Rhea's mouth.
Want some of my coffee?
One,
Yeah.
for everybody that is watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we're getting to the good stuff. Oh my gosh, are you going to fall over? Get up. Nobody can even see you.
Let me do it from down
She's on the Yogi Bow.
Let me do it from down here.
No, get up and get back in your seat. Madame. Feel like a teacher.
I'm going to hold on to that
Okay.
for a minute.
It's like the second grade teacher that's like, Maria, get back into your seats.
I'm going.
If you get up one more time.
I'm going.
I was saying Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now. We got left with a to be continued on the Kathy Hilton moment that has been teased for so long with something happened with Lisa Rinna. It's been getting very intense. The Erica moments have been crazy. Jennifer Lawrence is in the mix with Erica Jane making comments back and forth. Jennifer Lawrence watches, I think, every Bravo show and does not hold back when she's asked about it, which I love because she like called Erica Jane. She's like, she's an ugly person. Like she's evil, like all this stuff. So it was a very intense back and forth. 2, something has made me cry 9 million times in the last day, I would say. We didn't really talk about it, but the big Disney Expo was this past week, like a few days, announcing new projects, teasers, all these things. He's like the D23, whatever the heck it's called. And they're showing all these new teasers, trailers, new projects. They have all these big people coming and talking. They debuted the teaser for The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
And it's Halle Bailey.
So confusing.
Yeah, I keep thinking
Halle
I'm gonna.
Berry?
I keep thinking I'm gonna say it wrong.
That didn't even cross my
Halle
mind.
Berry. The jokes have been made many times. I think Halle Berry's even made the joke. I think there's people.
I
who,
love
like,
Halle Berry.
There's people that complain.
Yeah.
I saw people like on Twitter that they got memed because they were like, "That's so ridiculous. They would make Halle Berry the Little Mermaid. Like, why?" But it's Halle Bailey. She sounds amazing. But there is a TikTok. It's not even a
Just
trend.
all the kids crying.
All the
to it.
little kids watching the teaser, and they're seeing Halle Bailey, a black woman playing the Little Mermaid, and these beautiful black children are watching this, and their face, like, they light up. They see her and they freak out or they get so excited. And I have cried every single one. Like last night I got into bed, I did my whole skincare. I was ready to go. I had to get up and wipe my face because I was like, my eye cream is getting into my eye. I was like, I'll watch a few TikToks before I go to bed. There was a compilation one of a girl. She was duetting it, and she was crying, and it was just a duet of all these videos put together. And I was like, this. I had tears rushing down my face. It was instant. It happens every time. If it comes up on your For You page, I think you know what I'm talking about.
You want to send those my way?
Oh, instant tears. I got to find the one I watched last night. It would happen instantly.
Please send me.
I will show it to you after. I'll find it.
I cried on my way to work yesterday.
For what?
We were talking about doing more live shows, and I started crying.
As a
happy.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Really?
No. The feeling.
Yeah.
It's fun.
The feeling of
fun.
getting on stage and seeing all you beautiful faces is a feeling unlike any other.
Yeah.
That I miss a lot. I miss it a lot. And I started crying out of pure joy and honor.
It's just
on my way to work, and I was like, stop. I had to talk to myself. I was like, stop crying.
I
Stop crying.
Yeah. I feel you. I was like, I had to actually go and wipe my face because I was just like, I can't believe I just got into bed. Now I'm legitimately crying. It happens right away though. You watch these videos.
Show it to me right now.
Oh, I gotta find it.
I feel pressure though. Never mind.
No.
Don't show it to me. Don't show it to me.
The TikToks, they're all over my For You page, and I've watched them all. I'm also, I get Disney. I'm on the Disney talk side
that
for
makes
sure.
sense.
I get a lot of the Disney talk. And the teaser for the movie, by the way, looks spectacular.
It does. I'm really excited for the movie.
Same.
I don't even want to talk about the people that are mad about the movie because it makes no sense to me.
Her voice sounds so angelic.
I'm so excited. I really am. I love The Little Mermaid, so I'm really excited.
I know. And The Little Mermaid gets...
I can't wait to see it in theaters.
The Little Mermaid gets shit on a lot just for like the actual story of The Little Mermaid, which is fine. Like it's a ridiculous story, but it's a Disney movie.
All of them are ridiculous.
Why is it any more ridiculous than any other movie?
Why is it any more
I don't know.
ridiculous than Cinderella losing her shoe at midnight?
I feel like when they remake them into live action movies,
What about Tarzan?
that's when people are like, oh, the Little Mermaid's not even a good role. Like, it's not a good role model. It's like, okay, well,
Wait,
are any of
what?
the Disney princesses good role models?
No, they all just want a prince.
Like, all the...
I honestly hate that argument. Like,
I know.
Why are our little girls watching movies about finding their prince? Life isn't about finding your prince. Like, okay, but part of it is, in my opinion.
And there's also movies on the other end, too, of guy trying to find his...
it's...
That's life.
These are fairy tales, and I'm so excited. I wish it was coming out sooner.
Songs.
Yeah, it does. May 2023 feels so far away.
That is so far away.
I know.
Ugh. All right, well, let's stop thinking about it.
I know.
Actually not that far
the last thing I wanted to say
it
was...
It is far. It's May.
Far. It's like
May's a long time from now.
Less than half a year, right?
Well, we
Not
wanted
less
to...
than half a year.
Or like a little over half a year.
We want it to come out now.
Yeah. Right now. Right now. The last thing I wanted to say was Anne Hathaway. I know there's always been... I've had mixed feelings about Anne Hathaway. She went to a New York Fashion Week event. She looked exactly like her Devil Wears Prada character. Like the hair, the outfit. She sat next to Anna Wintour. Iconic. The picture, so many people put the picture side by side of her in Devil Wears Prada and her now. That movie came out 17 years ago.
That's so long ago.
2006. 16?
Almost 17. Yeah, 16, almost 17.
Yeah. She looks exactly the same.
It's crazy.
It was incredible. Like you could have flipped those at any point. And now it just made me want her to like play that character again in some way. Unnecessary. The Devil Wears Prada is like a perfect movie. Doesn't need to be touched.
That would be so cool if her and Meryl Streep did something like went to a show together.
Where's Meryl Streep been at?
That old bag.
Oh, no. I don't know where she's been.
I've only seen The Devil Wears Prada one time.
Oh, I've seen it so
That
many
is
times.
crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Vince.
Maybe
That
twice.
is crazy.
One time it was playing in a hair salon.
Ugh, I've seen that movie probably 40 times.
I should rewatch it.
It is so good.
Vince, yeah. Adrian Grenier.
Yeah.
I was watching Entourage last night, the 7th season, which is everyone's most disliked season, although I like it a lot when Vince falls off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Just spices up the show a little bit because every season he's winning.
How many seasons are there total?
There's 8.
Yeah.
8 is his redemption.
Right before the end. Yeah.
His redemption season.
Yeah, right before the end.
And season 7
that
is when
checks
he's
out.
a cokehead.
Yep.
Porn guy.
So you really like that season.
I do. I like that season because it's just Vince's old. He wasn't always winning. Midian was a disaster, obviously, but just.
No, I love when he goes to the island.
Yeah, that's the beginning of season 5,
Yeah.
Fantasy Island.
You know the name of the
I
episodes.
know the name of the episodes. Season 2, episode 1, 2, or 3 is called My Maserati Does 185. That's one of my favorite episodes. One Day in the Valley is also a great episode. I love that show. I'm sorry. I don't think I got off.
Who's your favorite character?
Ari. But
Really?
Drama's up there. Ari
Lloyd.
and drama. Lloyd is great, but I'm talking main cast. I mean, Lloyd is technically main.
Well, like
I love Lloyd.
Ari Gold isn't technically like part of the.
He's not a part of the entourage, but he's
He's main character.
He's
He's
main
main
character.
character.
Ari and Drama are 1 and 2 for me. Interchangeable depending on the day.
I hate E.
Yeah, but would you agree if you were going to talk about who is the main character of Entourage, it's E? Think about it. Everything is about E. His love life, his.
I feel like it's pretty
Interesting.
even. Like
Yeah.
It is even.
I feel like it is
but if
pretty
you were going
even
to say
between
like
him and Vince.
no, but just like overall, I feel like it's pretty. It's like more about all of them.
it
like,
is a lot about all of them, but
it is an ensemble cast.
it is an ensemble cast. But I feel like the show.
They're all vital to the show.
They are.
They're all like all of those guys. Those
could
4
take-
guys. You need all of them for the show.
I'm trying to think. Like,
I'd
could
argue
you take
you
out
need all of
anyone?
them.
Like, could you
No.
take Turtle out and
No,
it wouldn't
I don't
really-
think so. I think you need a turtle.
You need all of them, but I
need
think
all of them.
that just how like in Friends, I think Ross is the main character. They're all there. They're all important, but Ross has the most storylines. Like, I think, I think Ross has the most storylines.
I think you could argue that the same thing about Rachel then.
No.
Rachel's locked in. Rachel has so many side storylines. People she's dating, work.
Yeah. But if you were going to pick one.
I wouldn't go Ross. I don't know. They're all way too even. But it would be Ross or Rachel.
Entourage has some of the best songs. Like
I
the
think it would be
soundtrack
Ross
to
or Rachel.
Entourage.
Would be my say.
The Entourage playlist on Spotify is great.
Like every episode ends with an amazing song.
Yeah, they do. What are you looking up over there?
Who's the main character of Friends?
That's just a question that's answered.
Yeah, there is no answer.
No, there's no right answer. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at like what the
because there is really no answer. I bet you could go off like who got paid more.
Or who has the most screen time? Like
Yeah.
That was a
sure-
trivia question I think we had.
I'm sure
there's an argument.
that was a trivia question.
Yeah, I can't remember what the answer
Who
was.
about who? Right? Who had more
Who
screen
had the
time?
most screen, or who had the most screen time overall? Like
Yeah.
the entire show.
Who was the answer?
Yeah, I think there's a Rachel and Ross. Some would say Rachel, some would say Ross.
Yeah.
It's Rachel and Ross.
Chandler had the most screen time in the
Really?
entire show.
Me and Glenn
So
got
maybe it's
into
Chandler now.
and me and Glenn got into a fight. Like did I say this on the podcast?
I don't think so.
It was like an hour-long fight one night
about Friends.
about who is more famous, and we were arguing different things. Which then sober, we realized we were
I
arguing
remember
different
seeing you
things.
tweet.
Who's more famous, Matthew Perry or Matt LeBlanc? Glenn was arguing success. I was arguing fame. We realized that the day after. Matthew Perry is more famous, but Matt LeBlanc has had more success with TV.
Kelly Keeks had the right answer, I think.
Matthew Perry by name,
name.
Matt LeBlanc by face.
Fair.
Because Matthew Perry has been through a lot, and so that
Yeah.
adds to his...
Well, unfortunately, he's been in the tabloids a lot.
Yeah, he's
so
been in the
yes.
tabloids
Yeah.
a lot. So
Yeah.
that adds to his fame, whereas Matt LeBlanc has had actual success on other TV shows.
What was the video
there was
Matthew
a moment.
Perry had?
There was a moment in the U.S. Open men's final where Matthew Perry was in the crowd and the camera just like cut to a really close up shot of his face for like 3 seconds and then cut back to the match. And
Matt LeBlanc?
No, Matthew Perry. And Joe and I were like, was that Matthew Perry? Like, it's just like it was a really close
At the U.S. Open,
view.
they cut to like celebrities, but they won't even like say
I know
who
it was not acknowledged. There was no like name or anything.
Yeah.
It was just like it was just like, oh, Matthew Perry. I agree with that. I feel like Matt LeBlanc had other shows after Friends. They weren't that successful, but some of them were better than other ones.
Yes.
Matthew Perry has done a lot. I mean, he did more movies, I guess, but they weren't really big. Shout out 17 again.
70. That is everyone's go-to. So, well, he did 17 again. Yeah.
Great movie.
I'm sorry. I don't know how we ended up here. I apologize.
We went from
I was giving nothing.
we went from Entourage to Friends, which brought us from Adrian Grenier to Friends because of Devil Wears Prada, because I brought up Anne Hathaway at the fashion show, sitting next to Anna Wintour, and that she looks exactly the same.
And that is the beauty of conversation.
Yeah. That is the natural ebbs and flows
of a great conversation.
Of a group convo.
In life. Off your phones and in person.
Yeah. Just put down your phone, see how far you can get when you start with Anne Hathaway sitting down.
Yeah, make that a game with your friends. Call it the Anne Hathaway game. Start off with Anne Hathaway and see where you end up.
Count how many topics you get to after that.
We got from Anne Hathaway, Devil Wears Prada, Adrian Grenier, Entourage, to who's the main character, to then who's the main character in Friends, back to
Matthew Perry
at the U.S. Open, back to Anne Hathaway
at the U.S. Open.
So when I said I was giving nothing this podcast,
retiring.
I really meant that I was
What?
Yeah.
Roger Federer's retiring?
Yeah, he put out a big
statement this morning.
Shows
My
how
grandpa's gonna be
in tune
devastated.
you are at Barstool Sports.
Yeah, he's playing one more event on the ATP.
So he's not even playing like a major?
No, he's not doing another.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's it. This is it.
Damn.
Yeah.
End of an era.
It sure is. All right.
Damn.
Let's get into the topics.
Yeah, let's get into the topics. We are going to be talking about Gigi Hadid and Leonardo DiCaprio are allegedly dating now. Cara Delevingne does not.
We're worried.
Seem to be doing great.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to be talking about the texts that were released from Erich from The Bachelorette. Yeah. You decide how you want to feel about those on your own. And we have a great, really funny interview with Brooks Nader. She's a model, and she was really funny, gave a lot of
good
great stories.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, starting off with Gigi and Leo. I mentioned how we miss the live tours. You know, those were always so fun. And some of the best part about those shows was the fact that we started off every show with a Pink Whitney shot. It got us going. It got the crowd going. Tastes great. That's why you need Pink Whitney in your life. If you haven't tried it yet, then you are completely missing out on a beautifully flavored alcoholic drink. It's pink lemonade mixed with vodka. You can't get better than that. So head to your local bar and make sure to order some Pink Whitney shots, or go to a liquor store, pick up a bottle of Pink Whitney, whatever it is that you're feeling. You could pregame with it. You could drink it at the bar. Pink Whitney, always available to you. We love drinking Pink Whitney. Like I said, pregame with little shots. Bar I went to recently had their signature drink had Pink Whitney in it. Pink Whitney is everywhere. That's why you should get on it right now. Order Pink Whitney at your local bar today. Okay, so we finally have proof that Gigi Hadid and Leonardo DiCaprio are possibly seeing each other.
Yeah, the rumors have been circulating for months, but there has been hard proof now, it appears, because there's this photograph floating around. I think it was on the Daily Mail. You can't really, it's definitely Leo. And you just kind of assume it's Gigi because it does look like her, but you can't really see her face.
It's her, but an outfit she was wearing that same exact day.
Yeah, it's her. It's her for sure.
It's them.
But it is them. 100% it is them. But it's not. I'm just saying, if you haven't seen the photo, it's not like some high quality
right.
it's photo where you're like, oh my god, that's Leo and Gigi. It's a grainy, zoomed in photo of them having a conversation. But it really does feel like this is something that could be happening, and little out of Leo's comfort zone.
Maybe Leo is looking to settle down, and so
if he is, though, wouldn't he have not left
Well,
Camilla?
the pressure of him having to have a child is off because Gigi has a baby. So maybe he feels comfortable stepping into the stepfather role, but not being an actual father himself, like birthing a child from his own blood. Maybe he feels like, okay, Gigi already has a baby.
I don't see that at all.
What a hilarious way to phrase that. Birthing a child from his own blood. Some Game of Thrones shit right there.
It really was. But when I think Leonardo DiCaprio, I think like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a theory. I think they're just dating.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly have no idea.
They've known each other for
a
while.
I think that it's been maybe they've had like a crush on each other for a while, and Leo's like, all right, I don't know.
You crack me up. You went from he doesn't want to birth a child from his own blood to they probably just like have a little crush on each other.
Because nobody knows anything.
No, we don't.
We don't know anything about anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
imagine just the idea of Leonardo DiCaprio having a crush. It's
it's like we don't know anything about anybody. So it's like, how am I supposed to say one thing or another thing?
I think we can bank on this probably being a casual thing. A source did tell E! That Leo has been asking mutual friends about Gigi and wants to get to know her. They have hung out several times and he is interested. They're not an exclusive couple, apparently. It just says Gigi is having fun with it. She's not interested in anything serious, which makes sense. If you're Gigi Hadid and it's like, okay, do I have the opportunity here to like have a little fling with Leonardo DiCaprio? Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
We'll see what happens.
You're not looking for anything serious, so why not just date Leonardo DiCaprio?
Right.
Why not?
Why not? Just see what it's like.
That's the answer. Why not?
The answer is why not for these two. And I think obviously it's caught everyone's attention because they're like, oh, she's 27. Like she's past his age. Like all those jokes have been made and everybody said it. But like you said, she is a mother. And so maybe it's just a fun, casual little thing. If you're Zayn, I wonder how he feels.
To birth his own blood.
Or he does not want to continue the line
that is
of
the DiCaprios
from his own blood
and sperm.
Yeah. Did you see also that he said, oh my God, Blake Lively is having another baby? Ugh.
Congrats.
Wow. That's
Fun
so
fact,
exciting.
Blake Lively also dated Leonardo DiCaprio 10 years ago.
Yeah, I saw somebody, it might have been on like, it was on somebody's story that somebody was like, ooh, what do you think you think it's a problem with Gigi and Blake? They're friends. And it's like, Blake dated him 12 years ago. I think
she seems pretty happy.
I think it's fine. And she's pregnant with her 4th baby. Wow, they have a beautiful growing family.
That is beautiful.
How old is their youngest right now?
I mean, really, with these advertisements playing when I open my 7.
Oh, it's been a while.
No. The youngest.
The youngest.
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
James, Inez, Betty.
That's some good age gaps.
Taylor Swift's already writing her new songs.
They have 3 girls. So,
imagine they have 4 girls.
It's possible. It's 50-50 chance.
That is true.
Would you rather have 4 girls or 3 girls and 1 boy? You.
I don't really have a preference. I want.
I feel like you have to have a preference.
Well, I don't want 4 kids.
What do you want?
4 kids
3?
is too many. I want 3.
And
it could be any mix.
I want 1 boy and 1 girl.
It could be any mix. I
have 3 is a solid
mainly because I only have 2 names in my head for 1 girl and 1 boy.
I guarantee you those will change by the time.
No.
It could.
No.
Wow. So, on to today. Blake presented at the Forbes Power Women's Summit, and she alluded to expanding her family, sharing, I just like to create, whether that's baking or storytelling or businesses or humans. I just really like creating. Oh, wow. I'm so excited for them. Okay.
That's a beautiful way to
what
word
I meant to say, that headline caught my eye on the side of the page was that Leonardo DiCaprio apparently gave Timothée Chalamet some advice. It was no hard drugs, no superhero movies.
Love it.
Rules to live by.
Leonardo DiCaprio saying no superhero movies is such a shot to people who do superhero
It's very pretentious.
It is.
It's such a Leonardo DiCaprio move.
It's so
like
Vince,
that totally makes sense.
So Vince from Entourage.
Scorsese hate superhero
yeah,
movies.
like and Leo always does those movies. Like he works with those directors, so I feel like they just have that. They're in that group of like, superhero movies.
It's like when Vince didn't want to wear the Aquaman suit. He said a superhero.
Yeah.
Do you think Timothée Chalamet is the Leonardo DiCaprio of the next generation?
No.
Interesting.
Like
I do like that comparison.
I
think that's a fair comparison as far as also like movie roles he's gotten.
And they like started. I mean, he didn't start as young as Leo did, but
maybe I said no too quick.
Yeah.
But like all his movies seem like it seems like he's very picky about what movies Timothée Chalamet does. Like the one that he has coming out right now.
He's a great actor.
A very artsy type movie.
Yeah. It's just and we had a discussion before about like the hard drugs thing. And Noah was like, I just can't. I feel like Leo probably dabbled. I was like, whether he dabbled or not, I feel like it's advice coming from an older guy that can say, I've done it and don't do it. There's nothing good that comes out of it. Or maybe he's had a hard and fast rule.
Or maybe he has seen people around his life. Which actually, I would probably put into the definitely market that he has seen people and how it has affected them.
Yeah. But look, as a lover of superhero movies, the movie snobs love to shit on them and say all these things, and I'm so not surprised that Leonardo DiCaprio would be in the movie snob camp of no superhero movies. Like that just makes sense to me.
But you
just
couldn't
think it's
picture
so
him
funny.
in a super. Imagine him like.
I could never.
I couldn't. You can't. And
it's
that's why
Leo or Timothée Chalamet.
Leo.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah.
I think it's so funny that he said that. Like,
if Leo was in a superhero movie now, it would be weird.
It would be.
It'd be like, oh, he's washed up.
It would be weird.
I guess I could see Timothée Chalamet like playing Spider-Man, but like.
I don't even know. Maybe. I just feel like it's not his brand. Like, he's already created a brand for himself.
Dune isn't a superhero movie, but it's like in that realm in my mind.
That's science fiction.
But it's just like, I don't know, like a huge.
I do get what you're saying, yeah.
And like, sci-fi, like.
Yeah, it's not a superhero movie though. So.
But it's a movie where people
like Dune
powers.
is based on a book, right?
Yeah.
Like superhero based on comics.
Comic books.
Superheroes are all.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a difference. Like I could see there being a difference in some people's minds.
There's definitely a difference.
But yes, I mean, Dune is like a major blockbuster, multi-million-dollar project that I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't really done those big, like a big sci-fi movie. He's never done.
Sci-fi.
Has he?
I mean, Inception.
Not Interstellar, Inception.
And
I take that back.
Shutter
Inception.
Island. That's not sci-fi.
Inception falls in that one big time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Never mind. That totally counts.
I wonder, like, in what context Leonardo DiCaprio gives him this advice. Like, do you think Timothée Chalamet is what? Give me advice, or he's just like, hey, I need to tell
maybe
you,
he
don't
just
do hard
wants
drugs.
to
just having a chat.
He wants to just sprout his wisdom onto the next generation of young actors.
It's crazy to like. He's in a place where he's hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, it's just he was on the he's told this to British Vogue and he had just
they were in the movie together. I just blanked on that. Don't Look Up.
Oh yeah.
But they never had scenes.
Did they ever interact?
Oh yeah, they were in the car. Remember that funny scene?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. I was like, why were they?
Yes, good point, Noah. Good point. He did say, he told British Vogue the career advice that Leo gave him: no hard drugs, no superhero movies. Oh, I could have literally just read the next line. DiCaprio and Chalamet shared the screen in Adam McKay's 2021 movie Don't Look Up. So, yeah, I mean, and Timothy's career has started mostly with movies too. Like, let's not forget Leo started on TV way back in the day, Growing Pains.
But what's Eating Gilbert Grape? That must have been before there. No? Are you sure?
I don't think so. What year did that movie come out? Because he was in Growing Pains in 1992.
1993. I guess he could have filmed this before, but who knows?
Yeah. So it's all around the same time. But I imagine Timothée Chalamet would probably listen to this advice. It looks like that's the way he's going to go. No? I mean, hear it. What do you question? The first part?
The first part, yeah.
No.
Not everyone loves hard drugs.
I know. He could easily just have never wanted
Noah's
to do
under
it.
the impression that like every movie star
and that
person,
everyone
like,
who likes, everyone who tries drugs likes them.
That's not true. I know that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
I've had yeah.
Yeah. No, look, it's an interesting comment.
I just think if he already
from
was,
him.
he's not like, oh, I'm going to stop now. Like, because Leonardo DiCaprio said this. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I think if you're Timothy Chalamet, I bet you Leonardo DiCaprio is like the creme de la creme.
I mean, he is to anyone.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm saying especially him.
Yeah.
He's a young actor who wants to have a long, successful career. So, anyway, I'm very excited for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for having a fourth baby.
Something's going on with Cara Delevingne that is not great. Obviously, it's one of those topics where you feel bad even talking about it because she's been photographed, videotaped in a not great setting. She does not look well, and so it feels wrong. It feels like a la Britney Spears when she was being paparazzi'd and, you know, everyone talked about her and you saw the outcome of how awful that affected her. Although we kind of have to talk about it because it's everywhere right now. And Margot Robbie was seen leaving Cara Delevingne's house in a distressed state. She looked very upset. And so I don't know what's going on, but it does not seem like things are going great for her. She did not show up to the launch of her fashion line, which is not a great sign. These videos of her that have come out do not look good. You know, a while back, the award show, everyone was talking about her there. Things just don't seem to be looking great.
No, I think a lot of time I feel like when if this happens, it starts as jokes and it's like, look at Cara Delevingne on the red carpet, all these things, and then feels like it has gotten very serious.
It looks dark,
and it definitely is worrisome, and you just have to hope that she is open to help, or if somebody could help. She is friends with Margot Robbie, so to see Margot Robbie, a friend, leaving her house in that way, I feel like it's not good. You don't know how that conversation goes. It could be a million different things could have happened in that scenario that we're not going to know about. But yeah, like seeing that, missing a massive work commitment is very worrisome. I think people were also talking about how, you know, she's a big part of the Only Murder season 2, and they were all at the Emmys, and it was like, oh, she wasn't there. Could she have been there? Was she invited? She and Selena Gomez are best friends. So it's definitely very concerning what is happening.
Extremely concerning.
There's really not much else I will say for us to say about it, because I know people have been DMing us the articles and whatnot, and it's just like, yeah, I think everybody is really worried and hope that she's okay. And if there's some kind of, you just hope there's some kind of support system for her in some way, or that she reaches the point where she gets help for whatever is going on.
Yeah, what is eerie, she was wearing a Britney shirt in one of these videos, and then so people were talking about that. They were like, she's wearing a Britney Spears shirt while acting in a way that it's all like kind of eerie.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. You don't want to make assumptions, but
no.
Your mind immediately goes to like some sort of drug use or whatever else is happening. But I do feel pretty bad for her because obviously she doesn't know what's going on. Yeah. Like if you see these videos and these pictures, it's very clear that she is not aware of the state that she's in. It's not just wacky Cara Delevingne being herself. It's something is wrong.
No, something's wrong for sure.
And I feel bad, and I feel bad for what seems like her friends around her that must be trying to help her, and maybe they are seeing her in a light where they're like, oh no, this is bad. You can only just assume things because nobody really knows exactly what's going on, but from the pictures and the videos and what people are saying, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, exactly. So there's not, like I said, there's not much to say about it than we hope that she gets help on the areas that she needs it right now. We are just a few days away from the end of the season of The Bachelorette. The second part 2 finale is going to be on Tuesday. It's another live show. So I'm wondering if these things are going to be addressed. But Wednesday night, Bachelor Nation Scoop on Instagram posted a lot of screenshots of alleged text messages between a girl that Erich had been dating before going on the show, and it looks to be like they had some kind of relationship and things were going well, and then he communicated and told her, he was going on the show to further his career. Really, it was like he's like, I feel lost in my career right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move things forward. I don't know what I should be doing. I'm gonna try this.
I have the text right here, and I think I'm going to read some of them because I think that the starting off text that is posted is like the most classic texting a guy who you think is no longer interested in you, so you text him something completely random, and by his text it looks like he's not. She texted him, I woke up with Oreo cream in my ear, and he wrote lies. And then she wrote, no, like a lot of Oreo cream. I was really confused for a second. I didn't know what was happening. And they wrote, guess no more Oreos in bed for mama. And then she wrote, haha, made me laugh. I got some news this morning I need to talk to you about. So it was like one of those like, here's a little joke, but I need to talk to you about something. And then I guess they talked about this.
And there's like, this is also what I always say when we see screenshots of things, things could be deleted or not shared. Parts of conversations could be missing.
Okay, wait a second.
What? Something missing?
Oh, wait, that was him texting her.
Yeah,
about
I was going to say,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got Oreos.
He got Oreos in his ear.
In his ear, apparently.
Okay.
And he texted her that.
I still think that's... Okay.
Yeah.
He was like...
Well, he wanted to... It actually makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to start a serious...
I was reading it wrong.
He wanted to start a serious conversation.
And I was reading it like one of those, because like, I feel like everyone's been there where they're like, oh, I'm going to text something random, and it just like doesn't go over.
Yeah, no, he texted something random and then was like, oh, by the way, I have to tell you something.
Right. Okay, he texted something random about Oreos. There's no way that he woke up with Oreos in his ear. But anyways, that's besides the point. Blah, blah, not, whatever. And he said, I know this isn't ideal. I wanted to do this if there was something else I could do with my life. I really like you, Amanda. I didn't think it would be a big deal, but I understand how you feel. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to see me anymore. She writes, you just expect me to continue dating you while you go on a reality TV show to find love? He writes, it isn't real, but you're right. I'm sorry. I really didn't think this all through.
Yeah.
She said, so you dropped something real for something fake. Got it. He said, I didn't realize the implications. I'm sorry. I thought we can get on the same page about this. I really didn't mean for this to hurt you. She said, well, I'm heartbroken. Really hope you get all the fame and business opportunities you're looking for. Then he texted her, I am not well, Amanda. You make me happy, but I am deeply unhappy with myself. You are better off without me in the long run. Trust me. Then she said, you don't get to tell me what I'm better off about, blah, blah. He said, you're right, and I agree with you, but I don't think I could be that for you, not until I figure out who I am.
These text messages
this is so
really
shitty.
come across
He
as
said,
someone
I hate
that
this.
isn't ready for a long-term serious relationship.
He's like, I feel like a piece of shit. She said, as you should. Unfortunately, I really care about you, like a little too much. And he said, maybe I am a piece of shit then making a mistake. This goes on. And then Sunday, July 10th, he texts her.
Well, it looks like she sent him a text and it went in March and it went green because he had left for the show.
Yes. And he wrote, this was his last text to her before he left. I made a rash decision that was beyond selfish. Can we talk when I'm back in LA? I needed to go home for a little bit to be with my parents. She said, yeah, we can. Just let me know when you're back. That went green. She sent a question mark. There's nothing. And then there's one from Sunday, July 10th. He wrote, I'm so sorry, Amanda. What I did was terrible. I don't expect you to ever forgive me. I just want you to know that I think about you all the time and you really deserve the best. I won't ever forgive myself. I hope find happiness in everything you deserve. So these are really not great because saying, the show isn't real and saying, I think, and even afterwards, he could have went on the show, fell in love with Gabby, things were all great. And then he realizes, oh, fuck, this is real. But then if you're in a relationship with somebody and you text somebody, I'm thinking about you all the time, that's not good.
Right. It's inappropriate at that point. I do feel like maybe, yes, it is very possible. And I think it is the mindset of a lot of people that go on this show now that, oh, we'll see what happens. This is a reality show. The odds of anything actually happening are, 30-1. And I want to be on reality TV and like I don't know, I don't think this will actually turn into anything. And then if it does turn into something, it's surprising.
Makes sense why he doesn't want to propose now.
Yeah, it's surprising and all these things, and then you go into the end, and he could have come off this show also being like, oh God, like wow, I messed that up the way I handled that before I messed it up. But at that point, if he proposed to Gabby at the end of this and sent that text right after coming home,
bad.
It's just it's
bad.
Inappropriate. It's
more than inappropriate. If I was Gabby and I saw that, I'd probably be done with that.
Yeah,
or at least give it time to cool. I'd be like, I gotta think about some things because you're texting another girl. I'm thinking about you all the time.
Yeah,
that is an awful text to send to somebody. It's one thing to text somebody and say, I apologize for how I went about this.
Right.
I'm happy now, and I hope you're happy. Once again, you could feel shitty about how you did something, but feel happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
But to say I'm thinking about you all the time, not good.
Yeah, and this is the second thing. You know, last week a picture surfaced of Erich dressed as Jimi Hendrix from high school. It's in his yearbook. It's blackface, and he addressed it in an Instagram post. He wrote a caption apologizing after this happened, and I'm sure it is going to be discussed on the finale. I'd imagine it would be. I imagine it'd have to be at this point. I think that's something that does need to be. He apologized on Instagram, but it probably is something that needs to be addressed when they talk about the end of the show as well. And if him and Gabby are together right now,
Eric's gonna be really on the hot seat.
It's gonna be
more than
tough.
Expected.
It's a lot going on for him. He's gonna be live on television. I'm assuming they're gonna talk about this. The guy's dad died this summer. I just feel like the timing of him going on this show probably was very wrong from the beginning.
Yes, there's a lot of things because obviously you feel awful for him that he lost his dad, and that can't be easy for anybody. He's probably dealing with so much from that. But then you have the high school stuff that he has to deal with now and address, and then you got the maybe potentially dating somebody right before you go, telling them you're thinking about them all the time. There's a lot going on with Erich, and I didn't know Erich was going to be the problem at the end of this.
No.
I did not expect that outcome, but it seems like he is going to be on the hot seat.
A lot of the reactions from people talking about this were like, when this came out Wednesday night, everyone was like, oh, we're so tired. Like another thing that's got to happen for this season.
Because I think that now everyone after the episode Tuesday night, everyone was expecting this is going to be about Rachel and Tino.
These women deserve so much better than this.
And it was going to be about Rachel and Tino, and now it's like, all right, well, we have to deal with the Rachel and Tino stuff, but now we have to throw the Erich stuff on top of this.
Yeah.
And Bachelor.
This might be a 4-hour.
It really might.
Imagine if they're like, we are going to make this a 2-night.
Yeah.
A 2-nighter.
Oh God, no! We just don't even air the finale. Send us out a newsletter about what happened.
Yeah. Just
sum it up for us.
Just do the live show and tell us what happened, and we'll and talk about
it out. Yeah, talk it out
and talk about it. But
Gabby's trying to win Dancing with the Stars right now. I feel bad for her.
No, I think it's a lot of things happening, and I'd assume they're gonna talk about it. We'll have to see how it's all handled. But no, it's tough seeing anybody go on this show and telling a girl that they're dating before, like, it isn't real.
Not good.
I don't think if you are engaged, if they are engaged, or if they're dating right now, you don't want to be Gabby seeing this guy whose mindset going into the show was, this isn't real.
Oh no. And also
after already dealing with Jason, basically during, bless you.
Thank you.
Also already dealing with Jason, who on the show was like, this isn't real.
And then saying to somebody, I'm thinking about you all the time.
Yeah, this is also
I
like
just wouldn't trust that relationship. I would
this
be
is
like,
a problem that this show is just going to continue to have going forward. Forever. Like it's just always going to happen.
Because they can't vet these people enough to be like they weren't dating somebody before.
Or you can't
you can't look through every yearbook.
Yeah. You can't prove that they're going on the show for, like, quote unquote, the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
These guys can sit there and tell casting time and time again, I'm ready for love, I want love, I'm so excited, all these things. They're not going to say, oh, well, I hope this jumpstarts my career and I get some Instagram followers and I can maybe make a career change. Like, that's not what they're saying. So, and there's no really way to prove that. Are they going to go through all their text messages? Like, they can't do that. So it's unfortunately what keeps happening season after season now is that people don't go on this show for love. We all know that. We all know that. And it's happened so many times now where, yes, some people do, but a lot of people don't. And I don't know how they fix that with the format. I don't really know if there's a way to fix it, honestly.
There's not.
We have a great interview with Brooks Nader, but before we get into that, Coors Light is the official beer of everything unofficial. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mounds on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way, you always know when it's time to chill. It's Friday, guys. It's the weekend. We got a great weekend ahead of us. College football, pro football. If you're hanging out with friends, watching some games, do it with the Coors Light. That's what I'm going to be doing. I think that, we just had our Barstool upfronts. I had a nice cold Coors Light before I got out on stage. It was a perfect way to prepare. But Coors Light is that beer where, you're gathering for a nice Sunday, you're watching some games, nothing too planned, but you're hanging out with some friends and you do it with a nice cold Coors Light. You can also win exclusive chill merch, fun local experiences, even a trip to New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. You can enter to win at CoorsLight.com/chicks. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 9/19/22, 50 USDC, 21 plus only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit CoorsLightSummer.com. Always celebrate responsibly. It's coming from Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the beautiful and lovely Brooks Nader. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm so pumped.
We're very excited to have you. I think if you guys don't know Brooks, she's a very successful model, Sports Illustrated, which I feel like is probably the catchiest.
Yeah, that's the punchline.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, what
big,
are you?
That's the
It's
big
like,
tagline.
I'm a Sports Illustrated model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise I'm just another model.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
You got into Sports Illustrated. Did you do the contest? Is that how you
I
did
did the open call. I was like modeling at the time, not really doing that much, doing like shitty jobs, like the hand jobs, not that kind, those kind of hand jobs, but like hand modeling jobs, like the stuff no one
Okay, and
wants
you
to
got
do.
paid for the hand jobs.
I got paid like $500.
Do you have good hands?
I mean, kind of, but I didn't want to do that, They're like, wait, your face is in it. Move. I'm like,
I've
doing all that
actually
bullshit.
always wanted to be a hand model, and I can't.
Yes, you could.
No, I can't. I have bad thumbs.
She's got the thumbs.
What? Let me see.
I have bad thumbs. I have toe thumbs.
But Megan Fox has those thumbs.
She does.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, yeah,
have
that's
toe
right.
thumbs. So
well, you have Megan Fox's thumbs.
If,
so that's
if
all that
they wanted to
matters.
photograph me like this, then I
Those
have
are beautiful.
great
They're
hands.
stunning.
Yeah,
They're
those
stunning.
are stunning. I was in a commercial for Hasbro toys once, and it was just my hands.
Girl,
was a kid.
whatever pays the bills. Hopefully they paid you well, honestly. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing all that stuff. And then I was like, wait, I kind of want to like take this to the next level and do something cooler. And of course, my agents at the time were like, oh, it's really hard to get into. Like, you could never. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to the open call then. So my mom came with me. My mom's like this sweet,
And
wholesome.
how old were you when you did this?
I was like 20.
Okay.
I just shot my 4th year. So
Okay.
next year would be my 5th. So I was 20 when I did all this. My mom's like a wholesome Christian lady from like Louisiana who's like, oh my God, bikinis. Like, you still are supposed to wear a one piece. And I'm like, Mom, it's way past. It's too far.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just went to the open call. It was like thousands of people. Somehow ended up getting pushed on and on and on, all the levels, and then became like a rookie, I guess, for Sports Illustrated, and that was that. That was like 4 years ago.
How was the feeling like when you got that call? Because we're friendly with Camille Kostic, and
Yeah, I
she
love
went
Camille.
through the same process, and I remember her going through it, and we were
Yeah,
talking.
it's so
We had a
stressful.
radio show at the time, and we would talk about it constantly. We'd be like, "Oh, she made it through another
Yeah,
round.
yeah,
She
yeah.
made
And
it
then
through
you're
another
like,
round.
you feel like you
Oh,
keep
we're like,
voting.
How many
There's so
rounds
many
are there?
rounds. No, literally, everyone's like, didn't I already vote for you or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, just keep voting, girlfriend.
I remember seeing you like in the contest and being like, "This girl's got to win."
well,
like
thank
your pictures were
you.
stunning. Like I actually remember that.
Oh,
so
that's so nice.
I'm so happy it worked out for
I
you.
know. I'm so happy it worked out. It was amazing. I mean, it still is amazing. It's like the highlight. All the shoots I do, like that's definitely one of my favorites. But yeah, I love Camille. It's so stressful. Like when you're just waiting, and then it gets like catty, like with all the other girls and this and that. But honestly, like all the girls that are actually in Sports Illustrated, like Camille, myself, not, the contest girls are great, but like our year was really catty and everyone got into fights and all that.
Really?
Yeah, like the girls. It was just like, it was a competition. Like, So 6 of us shot in the Bahamas and like, we had like the wrap dinner and then one of those girls is going to come out of it. So like, it's just like everyone's stressed, like who's going to make it out of this?
Right.
But all the girls actually in Sports Illustrated were all actually very close. It's like, I feel like people don't believe me when I say that because there's like so many of us.
Right.
But I feel like SI has like a really good gauge on picking girls that like have the full package. Like, Camille, like big personality, like rep the brand. And I feel like they do a really good job of that. So
I feel like honestly, everybody that we've met or talked to or have had on our show that are SI models are great because and you can
so
like
sweet.
you have great conversations and you talk and it's awesome.
A lot of personality.
A lot of personality.
They love personality. Like, you have to, and Camille, never not dancing and all the, I always make fun of her for just doing all that shaking her ass and all these hashtags. I'm like, what is going to be my thing like that, Camille? Because, she's so good at like branding all that. But yeah, it's like stressful waiting and you're like, oh my God, what if I don't make it? Like, am I over as a model?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not. All those girls end up doing amazing things. But that's a fun one.
What would you say is like the cattiness? Like where does that come into play? I'm interested in that because it makes sense. It's not a shocking thing, right?
Right.
You're in a competition with people. You want to be in Sports Illustrated. Where does the cattiness come out?
Some passive aggressiveness.
Yeah. Like it's just like, I mean, within the competition, like it's never cattiness, like I said, like with the models. And like this past year, like we helped judge for Swim Search, like what we went through, like me and Camille, and like all the girls were lovely, they were amazing. But like when you have a huge group, like this year it was like 15, like and then they come to us, like the regular, SI models, and they're like, this one did this one did that. And then we're like, oh my God, what do we do this information? Do we tattle? Do we this? I'm like, well, this is a lot of responsibility. Like, what am I supposed to do? But I feel like my year, it was just like, and I actually came out of that with some girlfriends, like from Brett Michaels' daughter, Rain Michaels is one of my girlfriends. She was in it that year too with me, like in the competition. She was a little too young. That's, why she didn't become a rookie, but I'm sure one day she'll be an SI model. But other than that, like some of the girls were just like, oh, like I think this girl's gonna win. I think this, I think that. Yeah. And just like, oh, well, they were liking her a little more on her shoot day or they're talking to her, not talking to me. I'm not getting enough FaceTime. And it's like, we're all tired. Like no one wants FaceTime. Like the editors have been working their asses off for like 8 days. We're at a wrap dinner. Don't try to like, can I have a minute and like chat your ear off?
This isn't The Bachelor.
Yeah, no, it's like The Bachelor. And it's like, everyone's like, am I charitable enough? Like, do I do enough for like the world? I don't have like a thing. Like no one died. Like, and I just was like, honestly, if you guys hate me, whatever. I didn't really care. I was like, because my thing is like, I swear everyone goes through trials and tribulations. I mean, we grew up very humble beginnings, super poor, living in Louisiana, but like we don't have any like dead grandparents. Like we have all our grandparents, all our aunts, all our uncles. We all have all of our limbs. Like we have our arms, our legs. We don't have any of that. But everyone goes through struggles. But I feel like there's so many stories of girls that like overcame like all of this stuff. And I feel like everyone in their head, like at the competition was like, oh my God, like I need to come up with a thing that I like overcame. And I was just like, I'm going to be honest, like besides being poor when I was growing up, like, I'm pretty good.
It's kind of like when you're filling out those college essays.
Yes.
When you're like trying to get into college and you're like, you have to write the big essay.
Right.
You're like, what am I going to write about compared to
or
what
even
other
the people
are
on
going
the
to write about?
I mean, even the people who do go on The Bachelor, they always there's
story.
always something like some big reveal that they have or something.
Right, like I have to tell you, my dog just passed away.
Right,
and they're like, and he's like, bitch, everyone's dog dies. Like, it happens. Like I'm sorry, like that's not like a hardship. Like I loved my dog, but he died.
No, it happens.
It happens. It's life. It's a circle of life.
No, exactly. When you mentioned like somebody comes to you and says, oh, so and so did this. Obviously, the thing that they might have did is fucked up, but then at the same time, you're like, all right, why are you even telling me? Like, it's a little bit of both. You're like, all right, totally. Don't be a tattletale.
Right, and it's like the littlest shit. It's like, she said, is this your first time modeling? And I was like,
yeah.
And I'm like, babe, literally just say, no, it's not. Like, I just brush it off. Like, when people like hate me or like, or all, you guys could be talking shit about me right now, and I'd be like, do. Like, I kind of don't pick up on it. And when I do, I'm like, how can they say that? Like, I'm always nice to them. You know what I mean? So I just was kind of like, tell me whatever you want to tell me. I actually love the tea too. I'm like, really? Oh my God, tell me more. Yeah. But I don't really do anything with the information because like
you just want to gossip.
Just store it, and I'm like,
I would be the same way. I would be like, wow, I can't believe they did that. And then I just go
love storing.
And I would just go tell her.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, listen to what happened. But
Totally.
I probably wouldn't do anything with you.
Right. Like, what am I going to do? Like, get you kicked off? Like,
Right,
like The
right.
Bachelor? Like, I'm going to
You're
tell
not a rat?
my sisters, and we're all going to laugh, and, like, then we're going to move on.
Yeah. So you live in New York.
Yeah, live in New
How
York.
long have you lived in New York for?
For 5 years.
Love it.
Yeah. No, I love it. I
Yeah.
love New York. And actually, now all my sisters, they're all models, and they all live in New York now. We all came from the Bayou, from Louisiana.
Wow.
Living in the Big Apple.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest. Yeah. So we're all within 5 years. There's 4 of us.
Okay.
Do you feel protective over them now that they're modeling too?
Yeah, I feel protective, and I also feel like they're like kind of scared of me sometimes because like
Are you
I'm like the
scared?
mob boss. I'm like, don't ask me stupid questions. Only
one of
smart
Brooks'
ones.
sisters is in the
Yes.
room with us.
Yeah,
She
she's
says
in here.
yes.
She's amazing, and I can scare them sometimes, but I feel like it's for their benefit. You know, like they just moved to New York, and like I don't know, she's a feisty one, my sister who's here, and like she'll get really drunk and like maybe piss off the wrong person that like might stab her. So I'm just like, hey, if you're gonna piss someone off, like pick the sweet girls at Acme that like are wearing a freaking Bottega bag. Don't pick those scary people that you always like to, excuse me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just those things. I'm like, babe, you're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
Like New York is crazy.
I mean, also, yeah, I can only imagine going from Louisiana to New York City.
oh my god.
And was it always Louisiana to New York City, or did you live somewhere else before New York?
No, when I was 19, I was at Tulane University in New Orleans, and I was like, oh, this is fucking hard. So I come up to New York for an internship with a girlfriend who lived uptown. My parents were like, New York City?
Yeah.
What? And I'm like, yes, not Times Square where we've stayed once. Like,
Right,
the Hyatt,
right.
like,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what people-
downtown.
that's
yeah.
what people think of.
Yeah. And my mom's like, well, if you're going to live in New York, we'll give you $100 a month, but you know, you got to find a place to live. So I'm like, fuck, either I have to like sleep with somebody and like get a boyfriend, or which I ended up doing and marrying the guy.
Yeah, you're married now.
Literally, my dad was like, his name's Billy. I'm like, Dad, like I can't even get food. He goes, you're on the Billy meal plan now. Like that summer, he goes, that's your meal plan, girl. I was like, okay. But yeah, so I was living uptown, and then I was just interning at this like random bullshit internship, making no money. And then I like ran into some agent at Soho House. I obviously wasn't a member. I was like Beverly
You were a
Hillbillies.
guest.
Yeah, I was a guest, and like probably wearing the wrong clothes and like whatever. And so I met this agent, and he was like, oh my gosh, have you ever thought about modeling? And I was like, quit school? Yeah, of course. I was like, absolutely I will. And like, he's like, no, I didn't tell you to do that, but okay.
Yeah.
So I literally dropped out of Tulane, moved to New York, was dating the guy who I'm now married to. And that's just how it happened. And then all my sisters would visit me, and they'd be like, oh my God, like this is so fun. This is so cool. So it just, they all copy me basically. So they all moved to New York. Yeah.
And now, how do your parents feel about it?
They love it. I mean, like, they're just so bored in Louisiana without us because we're so wild and crazy. I mean, we go back a lot for like LSU games and all that kind of
Do
stuff.
they visit New York?
They come all the time. We have a 2-bed like apartment, and literally my hubby is like, I can't. Like they literally, it's like those families that all pile into one apartment, like 25 people. Like it's like a clown car. Our doormen are like, how many people are sleeping in that apartment? My parents just like stay with us all the time. I'm kind of sick of them though. I'm like, it's annoying, but it's fun.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's fun. Like being from Louisiana, like you guys probably are like sports people. I mean, we're at Barstool Sports, so just assuming.
Yeah.
But like we grew up like LSU football is like our like I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we
it's
can talk about
religion.
Joe Burrow if you want, but
Oh yeah, no, seriously, I know him. He's something. He's a little cutie pie.
yeah. The ladies in this office love Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, my sisters
like
have
there's
some stories with Joey.
I feel like there's some underlying
I'm
underlying
sensing some
tension in the
tone.
room here.
Yeah.
Now that I
There's
threw
yeah.
Joe
Joe
Burrow's
Burrow's
name has been
out.
brought up. Even I'm sweating.
She's probably sweating the most.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from my experiences. But, you know, the
You're
sister
married.
things,
You're
yeah.
married.
I'm married. Yeah, exactly. But
Yes.
no, I'm just kidding.
How long have you been married?
For 3 years.
Okay, 3 years.
Yeah.
Love married life?
I mean, it's like no different.
No
Like,
different?
It's just like, you know, I love him and he's amazing, but we just get sick of each other. And I'm like, and I tell him this all the time. I'm like, is this gonna be until like I'm 90?
Yeah.
Or like what? Are we gonna like? He's like, that's how it works. Like
Yeah.
you weirdo. He's older than me. He's 12 years older or 11 years older. So you know, he's like, I literally got mad at him last night. He's like, you're reminding me of my grandfather. Like just in the way that he's like, I gotta go home.
I gotta sit.
Yeah.
We gotta get him
need to rest.
seated and we
It's
need to get
late.
him water. Yeah, he's like he met us at Zero Bond for an event that started at 10 p.m. and he's like, I'm gonna get there at 9:40, and I'm like, it doesn't start till 10. And he's like,
Nobody's
I want to
there.
do it early.
Don't embarrass me. Please don't show up at 9:40.
No, literally, I go stop, and I'm like, "Are there any paps outside?" And he's like, "There's a red carpet. Do you want to do it?" I'm like, "Walk inside." I'm like, "Walk inside." I'm like, "I'll meet you upstairs, like not even downstairs."
It is Fashion Week right now, so I'm sure you're doing a lot of events. You're probably all over the place. I was telling you before we started the interview that Fashion Week like scares the shit out of me.
It just feels very overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming
from where we sit.
Yeah. And I was going to dinner in the city on Friday night, and I was like, oh, I love throwing together a cute outfit. So I was like, what should I wear? And then I was like, you know what? It's Fashion Week. I don't want to look like I'm trying so hard to fit in, so I'm just gonna wear a jean skirt and a tank top. Like I was like, I'm just gonna go as simple as I can because I don't want people to think that I am trying hard to fit in with all them, because I know I don't fit in with all them.
The street style photographers would have snapped you, girl, if you went anything above that.
I was like, I'm literally just putting on a jean skirt and a
honestly,
tank top,
those are the
walking out of
coolest
here.
people at the shows. Like when I go to the shows and everyone is like, it's just such good people watching. Like I bring my sisters so that we can talk shit and tap each other and be like, like literally we sit there, we're sitting front row and like at a show this week, and like the show's about to start, everyone's supposed to be seated, and like these girls are like getting up from the front row and like basically standing on the runway and like, will you take a photo of me? I'm like, I don't want to be involved. I'm no, sit.
I keep seeing that on stories
and
where
it's
people
so
are
embarrassing,
standing in the middle of the runway, and I'm like,
as the model's about to come down,
I'm like, you're not walking in the show. Sit down.
Leave. Like if that was my show, I would be like, hey, girl in the pink, sit the fuck down.
I would tell everyone, you need to get to your seats, remain seated, do not
remain
get up.
seated.
Yeah, remain seated. Do not get up and start taking pictures in the middle of the runway because you're not walking.
Like remain seated. If you're at a show and it's about to start, sit the fuck down. Like I just think it's rude to the designer too, because I'm like so secondhand. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. I can't watch this go down. But then I'm like filming it.
Do you see some outfits where you're just like, what the hell are they wearing?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own personal sense of style and everything, and like, but I definitely be judging. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? But the coolest people, like I have a girlfriend who's a designer, Ronnie Kobo. She's amazing clothes, and she wore like literally like oversized like blazer, pants, and New Balances to this show, like front row, and she looked the coolest. You know, like she didn't
super
try.
casual.
Yeah, she had like a body chain, sunglasses, literally sneakers, and like everyone is just going all the fuck out, and that's great. I mean, whatever you want to do to embrace Fashion Week, but I'm just like, I love the people watching, but then after 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I gotta go get a drink somewhere else at a restaurant. Like I can't stand here. You know?
Yeah. What's the best show you've been to? This week.
Honestly,
I guess last week.
This designer, he's like, he just started a brand. He was the creative director for Herve Leisure for like 8 years. He's an icon. He started this brand called Akenvas, Aknvas. So cool, like new designer. He sold an Intermix and I think Net-a-Porter and stuff, but so cool, like just chic. I like stuff that's sexy, but that's fashiony too. Like I can't for the sake of fashion cover up my boobs. Like I'm just like, I feel insecure if I cover them. Like I'm not doing that for fashion, but I'll do other things, like I still have to slut it up a little. And so he has like hot, like, but it's chic,
Yeah.
I just feel like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I do. I get what you're saying.
I don't want to look like a little peplum, like ugly little flower girl. You know what I mean? Like
I know exactly what you mean.
Some of it's just a lot. But you're not missing anything by missing Fashion Week stuff.
Sometimes it feels like, I would actually say in past years it has felt like we were missing something. This year it does not feel like we're missing anything.
No, of all the years, this year was like different to me.
I think it for some reason, and I'm just a bystander, it did seem a lot different, and I think it is like the influencer trend of it, of all of them being invited to every single event. And I get it, because these designers want them to sell to the audience, us who are watching, but it's like, oh my God, everyone is there. Every single person is there.
It is an interesting like changing of the guard. Like there's
it is.
Because the Fashion Week used to be like, you just thought like the models and the designers were there, and the hot and the
editors,
A-list celebrities,
like all the
and
magazine
journalists,
editors,
right?
and
now it's everyone and their mom and their TikTok crew.
I'm saying like, any TikToker.
Yeah,
I can't, and I don't know how to use TikTok, and like all I see is like front row people like, I can, and I'm like, I'm getting nauseated. Like I literally
don't worry,
feel...
I made my first TikTok last night, and it was just me saying I made a TikTok.
It's probably gonna go viral. It's the dumbest shit that goes viral on TikTok.
That's
my
niche.
TikTok. At least your niche on TikTok isn't your dad being hot. That's my niche. It gets millions of views. People are like, "Do you need a mommy?" Like people are like, "Hey daughter," like the weirdest comments ever, and like. My dad thinks they're hilarious, and he like can't stop. There's
the
thousands
videos that
of
go
comments.
viral for you are the ones that your dad are in.
they're like hot dad of Instagram. Like he has his own fan pages and stuff. And he works in like Louisiana, like in a bank. And he's like, this is like really weird. People are coming up to me being like, are you the dad? Like we were in Boston and someone goes, please do a meet and greet. Like 40 girls message me, can you please do a meet and greet? And we think it's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Every time
have you been out with your dad?
I got to see what your dad looks like.
On my fucking wedding day, me and my dad are in the elevator holding hands, having a moment, and the elevator opens. This woman goes, y'all are the most beautiful couple, and your kids are going to be stunning. Your kids are going to be stunning. No, look at my dad on TikTok.
Okay,
that's really bad.
And I was like, and my dad was
How
like,
old's
this
your
is my
dad?
beautiful daughter. Well, he's like 49.
Oh my God, you have a young dad.
Yeah, and my mom's beautiful, but like my mom gets so offended by the comments. Like this woman commented, who is this
Is it
man
on
and
your-
why isn't
is
he
it
in
on
my
your-
drawers?
Is it on your TikTok?
It's on my TikTok. Okay. And so my dad made us like make a TikTok and then delete it because he's like, I don't want to like get in trouble, of like a trundle bed. We put him in the drawer and he's like, are these your drawers? Like, and he came out of the drawer.
God.
He like loves to play with his little fans.
That's amazing. Wait, can I
Find it? It's pinned. Yeah. So
I'm not
one's my
looking
dad,
at this
one's
one.
my-
This one is
It's like
one's
which
her
one's
husband and
which
which
one's the
one's
hubby,
her
which one's
dad.
They look the exact same age.
He's got a good head of hair.
No,
He
he's
does
like
have a really thick head of hair.
yeah.
really
He
good
did
hair.
Rogaine. He was balding.
I'm actually.
He did Rogaine.
He did Rogaine.
I'm not kidding.
For all those people out there.
He really looks like one of my guy friends, and it's freaking me out.
This is the
Which
one that
one?
like really popped off.
That's your dad.
Yes.
I mean, well, that's lighting. There's
It's
some
yeah,
lighting
there's-
going on there where he like looks 27.
Yeah, your dad looks a lot younger.
Everyone's
there.
like-
and he's wearing a hoodie with a jacket.
hoodie with a jacket.
And that's like
That's the style.
Yeah.
And he's like, everyone's like, bestie, your dad is like hotter than your man. And I'm like, no, he isn't. Like, that's disgusting.
And
He's
then you're
literally
also
not.
like, I can't say that. Like, that's my father and my
God, that
husband.
is
So I'm not
so
going to get into this
funny.
argument. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, but anytime
Let's not
like,
even dissect that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to know what you mean by that. Anytime
That
like,
one has 1.8
he always
million
takes
views.
us. He always takes us to New York for like our 16th birthday trip. That was the only other time any of us had ever been in New York. We stayed in Times Square. All we do is go to dinner with our dad, go to plays, go to shows. It happened to my sister who's here. It happened to me. Everyone was bringing us like desserts, champagne, like your New York trip together, you beautiful couple. Like I was 16 years old. They thought that my dad was my husband.
Oh my God.
Well, it was also weird.
Did you look older as a 16-year-old?
Yeah, like I was like developed
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like all that. But like it was just
There's just some
fucking
people look
weird.
older when they're like.
Yeah, 16. I mean, the 16-year-olds now are like prettier than everyone.
Yeah,
I'm
that is
like, y'all are so fired. I
That
hate
is
this.
correct. That is
It's
correct.
the whole TikTok thing is crazy though to me because it's like every brand is like you said, like it used to be on the billboards, like all of my supermodel icons. I mean, it still is in a way for the
Yeah.
fashion brands, but then also now it's like these TikTokers like are doing
different.
all
Yeah,
taking
the
over.
Totally
campaigns.
different. Yep.
Just we got to
crazy.
get on it. We got to get back on TikTok.
Yeah, that's
You made
my
your first
future.
one. Yeah, you got to just find your niche.
I know.
Should just post clips
mine-
from
well,
mine is
unfortunately,
dancing
my
in the
niche
bathroom.
is like.
And I call it "Welcome to the Girls' Room," and for some reason they go
That's what
viral
they-
every
they-
time.
Oh
and
my
I
God,
just
I love
watch.
that.
It's
Hers
just
are really
on your
good.
personal one.
yeah, just literally.
That's fun.
I say it's
It's-
called "Welcome to the Girls' Room," and then I just have people in here and bring them to the bathroom, and we just
Everybody
dance.
like dances.
That's so
or
fun. We
lip
should do
syncs.
that.
Yeah.
I
That's
want to do
fun.
one. I love that.
My niche is like book TikTok, which is really
Is
not
that
gonna
the side
pop
of TikTok
off.
you're on? Book
Yeah.
TikTok?
Yeah.
I am certainly not.
I'm not on that
TikTok.
one. Yep.
I wish I was, but I'm not.
I'm on Corn, the Corn Boy.
Oh yes. Yeah. Well, I'm on that. I'm on. I get I get a lot of beauty because I just watch like a ton
Yeah.
of the beauty
Yeah,
TikTokers,
they're
which I
addicting.
love. Yeah, they're so addicting. And I'm like animal. Like I get dog.
You were on the
I'm
opposite
dog
side of TikTok.
Same.
as me.
I am on a
Raunchy?
I'm on like an all mixture kind of TikTok. Sometimes it's like it really gets in your head.
Oh,
you know
I
what
get people
I mean?
like
Some-
rescuing puppies off the side
like,
of the
Some are
road. Like, that's
depressing.
where I am.
Sometimes I get into depression TikTok, and
Yeah,
it's
and
like
I'm like, I don't
the
wanna be
saddest
here.
shit. Yeah, I'm like new FYP. Please.
I have
yeah.
you know what
so
I started
many
to
different
get?
things going on my TikTok. I don't have a certain like.
I started
love
to
the
get
book TikTok.
sober TikTok, which let me tell you something. I was like, why am I getting this? I don't want this because it's all these, and I mean, good for them. I'm happy
Right.
for their journey, but it's like these people who have these pictures and videos of them when they were drinking a lot,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to them now, and it's like
Yeah.
4 years later, and they look
glowy and amazing.
like
yeah.
so amazing, and I'm like, fuck.
I'm on that side, but heroin. I'm serious. Like the people that literally are like homeless and they're like doing heroin, and like the ladies that are like, this is me before and after. And I'm like, why is this every TikTok? I've never done heroin.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to. It's all like, I put the needle away and I'm
They're
like,
trying to get you.
yeah, I'm
Wow.
like, should I do it? No, just kidding. No, I wouldn't. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even smoke weed. Like, I don't do drugs. I was like, I drink for sure, but I was like, how do I?
don't know how. I really don't know how it happens sometimes. Where it's like, wow.
Well, now we're all going to be on heroin talk.
No, we are.
Talked about it.
Yeah. Anytime I talk about something, it's on my TikTok immediately when I open it.
It's the scariest thing.
It's very scary.
Even when I think something, I swear I'm like, wait, and I won't tell a soul.
Has the girl I said come up on your TikTok yet?
I didn't look at TikTok after the last night. But this is so weird. I saw, I was driving in the city 2 days ago and I saw a sign that said men working. And I was alone and the sign said men working. And in my head, I thought, oh, that would be a funny TikTok, me filming that sign, men working, and then saying,
and you thought it, you didn't say it.
And I said, in my head, I was like, and then saying, like, that's how it should be. Like,
yeah.
And then I was on my TikTok that night, and a very similar TikTok came up with a sign that said men working, and I was like, nobody was in the car with me. I just thought this in my head.
So scary.
It really freaked me out. I actually think that like
I think we have
really
chips
weird.
in our brains or something.
Probably.
Like, and also
It's weird.
I'll like meet a girl or like someone like out, literally like random girl like at Due West or wherever I am, and like her page will pop up on my TikTok and she has like 1,000 followers. And I wouldn't even like exchange information or introduce myself.
Yeah,
like,
that's happened.
And her face, and then I'm like, whoa, I just saw this girl.
Yeah, that's so.
It's so freaking weird. They're
so bizarre
on us.
It is really.
They're
bizarre.
probably up in that like little corner right now.
I know.
They're all around
Honestly,
us.
probably.
They're just like ghosts.
Oh, it's so scary.
Okay, so we are obviously, we talk major pop culture celebs on this show, and I'm curious because you've been in the modeling world for long enough. You go to these cool events, all these fun, what seems to us so fun. What's your craziest celebrity encounter story? You gotta have one.
Oh, I have tons.
Yeah.
Which one should I say though? This is tough. Which one should I say? Do I have to name the celebrity, or can I tell a wild story?
You could get a hint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this like actor who's very famous, and he's been around for a long time.
Yep.
And when I like first got to New York, he's like all over the scene with models and all that stuff, whatever. And I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to. And he was like, oh, you're from Louisiana. Like I filmed a movie there, like chatting me up, whatever. I'm like thinking nothing of it. I'm at the time dating my man. So like, obviously I'm not like up for grabs. And he's like, oh yeah, like, we're all going up to my room, like the whole crew, to then pregame and go to the next spot. I'm like, okay. So I go up to the room, and then like people start to kind of fall off from I'm like, wait, where's everyone going? I'm like, this is so weird. I was like 19. And he opens the door, and there's 3 naked girls, 2 of which I know. And I'm like, oh, actually, I have an event to go to. And I literally turn around and run out. I'm like, they're just standing there. And I make eye contact. 2 of them I know and was working with 2 days after that on set. And I was like, oh my God.
Is that acknowledged, or is it just we're going to pretend like that didn't even happen?
It was acknowledged by one. It was acknowledged by one. She's like, well, I had a crazy night the other night. That was so funny.
Yeah.
I literally didn't even enter the room. I looked and I was like,
honestly, we don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah, I was like, babe, you look great. I was like, everything looks great. You have fun. But like,
you have it together.
Yeah, you've got it going on, girl. Do it. And then like I see this guy. I mean, he's all over the scene. It's like, and I mean, I didn't even walk in the room, and he could give a shit like that I didn't do it, because it's like he gets whoever he wants. So he's like, hey, how are you? Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. How are you? He's like, everything's good with work. I'm like, it's great. What about you? It's just like awkward,
Yeah.
But that happens a lot. I feel like there's like a lot of guys who date like multiple models at the same time, like celebrity
and
guys.
Like they're okay. The girls are okay with it.
They don't care.
Like,
and then you tell them, and they're like, oh.
They're like,
I'm like,
I don't even want to hear
get your bag, sis. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, get something out of it at least.
They're just like, at least I get to spend one night with him, I guess.
Yeah, but like, who cares? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird. I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm sure there's so many
these
wild
girls
stories.
Are single, my 3 sisters. So
I'm
the
sure
celebrities that come on to me or hit me up, I'm like, I have 3 sisters. I tell everybody that. As long as they're like a good candidate and they're like, send me the photos. I should have like a PDF
I'm
now
married,
with like bios.
I'm married, but I have 3 sisters.
3 sisters. Yeah. I'm like, they're not me, but they're
we're related.
Yeah. Like literally in order. I'll order them and I'll put no. She's definitely she's up there.
They're not me,
fun.
but you could be my brother-in-law, which would be cool.
Yeah, I'm like, we could go on vacations together. Like, you see each other in swimsuits.
That's
See me in a
hilarious.
bikini still. No, but yeah, I mean, who knows who they'll end up with. It's just like really funny when we all get together, like the parents, the sisters. Actually, can I tell this story? It's really funny, really quickly.
Yeah.
So great. My sister here had a yeast infection. And she
He was like, "Can I tell this story? I'm going to tell it anyway."
And she's gonna kill me. And she
Everybody
two
gets
things.
them.
So she had
It's
one.
natural. This
She
is
had one
women's-
like a year and a half
women's
ago.
podcast.
Yeah, it's all about women empowerment.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
had one like a year and a half ago, and I train at Gotham Gym with a lot of celebrities. The Hadids go there, Kendall, everyone, and Lil Uzi works out there, and I become friends with him. My most random friendship of all
Yes,
time
that's-
with Uzi.
I love him.
And he's the best. He's so nice. He grabs my phone. She's at college at the time at Georgia in her like dorm room with her girlfriends who all love Lil Uzi, and he's like, babe, let me tell you exactly what you need to get from CVS. My girl gets these all the time. He talks to her for 25 minutes about her like yeast infection and all her friends. He's detailing what she needs to buy.
That is unreal.
And all her friends are literally behind the phone like, what the fuck is going on?
is so
And
funny.
she's like, okay, Uzi, like, and he's like, bitch, I know it sucks, but like he's telling her like all the stuff. So that was the first one. Then
and then you're
recently-
not ashamed of the yeast infection because you're like,
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
It was cool.
But then all of a sudden now
Lil Uzi thinks it's cool.
Now it's such a good story though that unfortunately like you want to tell everyone the story, so to be like, okay, so I got to start off by saying,
Yeah.
I had a yeast infection,
Just
yeah.
wait.
but
Just
it
wait.
was cured by Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi cured my
Lil
yeast
Uzi
infection.
cured
Should
it.
be your Instagram bio.
Yeah, exactly. And like he was so funny about it. And then the most recent one was a UTI, not a yeast infection. And she got a UTI. And my dad was like, so then she ended up getting a kidney infection a couple days ago, went to the hospital.
Oh, those are the
been
worst.
You know?
there.
And she's like, my back, like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
oh my God.
That happened to me.
And so she's like, everyone's been there. So my dad, like, is like, Gracie Ann is like, you know, in the hospital. Like, he calls me and he's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, she okay? He's like, yeah,
Also the
she
most
had a
Southern thing
UTI.
ever.
Yeah, Gracie Ann. We all have double names.
Gracie Ann.
Gracie
in
Ann,
the
Mary
hospital.
Holland. Yeah. Oh, she's not going to make it. Yeah.
Gracie Ann.
Gracie Ann.
Yeah, my sweet little girl. Yeah. So she's in the hospital and he's like, she's got a UTI. And I go, Jesus. I go, when are your daughters going to learn to pee after sex? And he goes, what are you talking
what are you
about?
talking
I go,
about?
that's how you get a UTI. He goes, what do you mean? I go, you get a UTI from not peeing after you have sex. He goes, I mean, but I've had them. I go, well.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he's like, okay, I have to go. And I was like, he's probably like on his desktop, like, how do you get UTIs?
He's like, I got to talk to mom about this.
Yeah. He's like, but I've had it. I'm like,
Yeah.
have you had
He's like,
sex?
how has mom never told me that?
Yeah, literally, mom. Yeah. He calls our mom
Yeah.
too, which is probably his other thing too.
Yeah.
My mom's like, ask dad.
Oh, parents.
I'm like,
yeah,
so
that's-
it's so weird.
That is so
But
funny.
yeah, it's sorry to talk about your vaginal problems.
No, but those are amazing stories, so they needed to be said. One
to be
thing
said.
to end on, which Fran brought up, can we do a fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypothetical,
It's
of
a
course.
hypothetical.
Yeah,
You're married.
We're also we're in long-term relationships
Yeah.
as well.
So-
Oh, you are? Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this is
yeah.
for fun. I like it.
It's
Okay.
fun, and it's my go-to.
I love this game.
Okay. It's Vince Vaughn, Jason Sudeikis, and Ben Stiller.
This is
We
her-
can also
This is her funny.
I would kill Ben Stiller.
This is her funny
So
guy.
I feel like I said that before. I was like, I think Ben Stiller is becoming the obvious kill, and so
sure. You
may have to mix in
I think
another
I need
funny
to like
guy.
put in another one, like Vince Vaughn,
Maybe
Jason
you need
Sudeikis,
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Okay.
Paul Rudd's good. Can we replace Ben
Yeah,
Stiller
we'll do
with him?
Jason Sudeikis, Vince Vaughn, and Paul Rudd because I do think Ben Stiller is becoming the obvious kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's everyone. I mean, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
He said that from Night at the Museum. Is that who you're referring to?
Yeah, but oh my god, he said so many other funny things.
He's funny. Okay, so I guess I would marry Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I would kill Vince Vaughn. He annoys me.
Yeah.
And I guess I would. Who did I fuck?
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis. And then I guess I would marry. Oh wait, I fucked.
You said marry Paul Rudd.
Oh, marry Paul Rudd.
Kill Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, marry Jason Sudeikis. Yeah. What would you do?
I think it changes all the time, depending because
Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis has gone
Vince
up the
Vaughn's
ranks.
my kill.
Jason
for sure.
Sudeikis.
Vince Vaughn's your kill.
Vince Vaughn's my kill.
I
for sure.
think I would. In this one, I would kill Vince Vaughn. I think because when you throw Paul Rudd in, like he's so funny and
Yeah.
great. But I do love Vince Vaughn, so it's kind of hard. But Jason Sudeikis has now shot up the rankings.
Yeah, he has. He's major.
Yeah. I think I would
I think I'm gonna marry Jason Sudeikis, fuck Vince Vaughn, and kill Paul Rudd. I don't know how I
What?
got there,
Oh
but yes.
my
Paul
God.
Rudd?
You're going to kill Paul Rudd?
Don't tell him.
You would
Oh
fuck Vince
my
Vaughn?
God. I'm
over Paul
wow.
Rudd. I think.
Wow.
I think so.
We might. I don't think we can put this interview out anymore.
No, I
we
mean
can't be
Vince
killing
Vaughn.
Paul. We can't be killing Paul
like
Rudd.
like Vince Vaughn, like
He'd make you laugh
Years
and
ago.
like, yeah, haha,
like not Vince
yeah.
Vaughn now.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, ooh.
No. If
I
we
get
can go
it.
back in time.
Okay, and then we do one more. Our other go-to is the Chris's. Chris Evans,
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pine.
I would kill Chris Pine. I would marry Chris Hemsworth. And who was the other Chris?
Chris
name?
Evans.
Oh.
Captain America.
Oh, wait, hold
Yeah.
on. I think I would
tough
marry
one.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Same.
And I would fuck
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
And
kill
then
Chris Pine. I think that one's an easy one.
Yeah.
that one is like the Hemsworths. And also, I can't. Like, Captain America. It's, yeah. He's a...
Chris
he's-
Evans
Yeah.
is the number one.
I guess I
Chris.
can't really say Chris Hemsworth after I just said
You
in
just
that
said you
video
wanted
that
him
I
to be
would
his
want him
dad.
to be my celebrity
And I
dad.
literally, and then
Stop.
I said, so you want to have sex with your dad? Because
Yeah.
it's Chris Hemsworth.
Right.
But he's just such a cute dad. Like he takes his
He
kids
is really
to
cute.
karate lessons and they're surfing in Australia.
dad that's
I'm like,
to be your husband.
it
To be your
would
husband.
Yeah, yeah. Good
This
point.
is getting
be the-
very
point.
mean
To
and
be
like
the
my
point.
dad.
To be
like,
the dad of
Good
your
point.
kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Not your
not
dad.
your dad.
Fair, fair, fair.
Because you're like, he's such a cute dad means you like watching him as a
Yeah,
dad.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Valid.
Yeah.
You should make that your TikTok thing, the fucking your dad thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That'll go over
It goes
really well.
crazy.
I'd
It goes crazy.
imagine that corner of TikTok is pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's dark, yeah. I mean, and I get the comments like, "Oh, she's from Louisiana. No wonder she posts her hot dad." And then you post him too much, and it's like, you want us to think he's hot. I'm like, I can't.
You can't win.
No, just trying to keep up with these 12-year-olds.
And
Yeah,
thank God
exactly.
Lil Uzi cured your sister's yeast
Oh my
infection.
God! Literally, Dr. Ooze, Dr.
Dr.
Ooze.
Ooze.
So let's show your face so we can see.
Not Dr.
can you be
Oz.
revealed?
Yeah, go stand next to her. Not Dr. Oz, Dr. Ooze.
Dr.
You
Ooze.
suffer from a yeast
That's unbelievable. I think we have to end it like that.
Yep, that's
That's
it.
it.
Perfect.
That was so perfect.
gosh.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys are
You're
amazing.
I
We're
want to
gonna all
hang out with
hang.
you and your
Yeah.
family really bad.
No, you're going to. The family, I'll text you when Dad's in town.
Okay, perfect.
We'll go to
family
Times,
dinner,
we'll go to Times
please.
Square. We'll talk yeast infections, UTI.
Yeah.
We'll take
FaceTime Uzi.
Hampton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Oh my God, I
Thank
love it.
you
You guys
so
are
much.
awesome.
Okay, so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
Nice to meet y'all.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you're subscribing everywhere. Subscribe to the YouTube, almost at 100K. We thank you all for subscribing. We love you, and we'll talk to you on Monday.